Shalom everybody, hope you're doing well, hope your week was great, and despite the challenges of the world these past couple of weeks, for Am Yisrael and specifically in Eretz Yisrael, hope you're able to find something good and positive in your life and in the world around you. We're learning this week the Parshat of Balak, and we learned from the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe of Lubavitch, that we should live with the times. He teaches live with the times. Right? What he doesn't mean by that is to live with the fads and the fashions and the flows of how the world goes. What he does mean is that we should live with the weekly Torah portion, meaning that in every single week's Torah portion, every week when we get to a new reading in the Torah, we should understand that there's something in that Torah reading, something in those words, something in those passages that are speaking to us specifically and to our generation specifically. Right? And sometimes it's harder to see, and sometimes it's easier to see those teachings really connect to what's going on in the world. And this week, I really feel that it's one of the easier times. Because what's going on in this week's Torah portion? Balak wants to curse the Jewish people. And he hires a prophet among the nations to do that cursing. The wicked one, Balaam, who has the ability to gain prophecy. Even as the Talmud says, he can know exactly the small fraction of a second, of a moment, that God actually gets angry during the day. And with that knowledge, he's able to channel that energy into a curse. And Balak knows that, and he wants to hire Balaam to curse the Jewish people. So what happens? It's amazing. Even though Balaam is such a wicked person and has such a desire to curse the Jewish people, he tells Balak straight up, very, very clear, just so you know, I'm going with you. I'm going to curse the Jewish people for you, as you're requesting. But just know that whatever Hashem wants me to say, that's what I'll say. Whatever words Hashem puts in my mouth, that's what I'll say. And Balak says, don't worry, come with me. I'm sure it'll all be good. You'll curse the Jewish people just like I want. And what happens continuously throughout the Parsha, many times over, is Balaam opens up his mouth to curse with every intention and every desire and every single ratzon to do something bad, to harm the Jewish people, and what comes out instead is a total blessing. And it drives Balak crazy. Here I bring you, I hire you, I give you all this money to curse the Jewish people, to curse them. And every single time you open up your mouth to curse them, all you do is bless them. So what's the connection between this and what's going on in our world today? It's been a very, very difficult few weeks here in Israel, and for the Jewish people all around the world, as we hoped and we prayed and we longed for the return of Naftali, Gilad, and Ayal. And this past week to find out the horrible news that their lives were taken, that they were murdered. What's going on Israel's borders? We're living next to people who want to only do harm for us, who only want to curse us, who have only the most evil and wicked intentions. And while that is their intentions, and while yes, in reality, something very tragic and something very, very difficult happened to the Jewish people these past few weeks, right? Without taking anything of that away, recognizing the pain, recognizing the suffering, and recognizing the real mourning that Am Yisrael is in right now. But at the same time, with that, unbelievable things have been happening in Am Yisrael. The level of unity, the level of prayer, the level of thinking of each other, the level of coming together has been so inspiring and so beautiful. And while those that harmed our boys and the organizations in the countries that support them had only the most wicked intentions, the intentions of breaking us, of destroying us, the exact opposite happened. Lahefech. Right? They've only strengthened us. Right? They wanted to curse us, and on some level, they blessed us. Just like in this week's Torah portion. How did they bless us? They gave us an opportunity to remember, to realize that we are one nation, we are one soul. One of us is taken, one of us is harmed, whether it's the boys themselves or their parents, their siblings, their families and their friends. It's like it happened to all of us. And what's been happening the past few weeks in Am Yisrael is a deep realization of that we are Am Echad, that we are one nation. Ki ish echad b'lev echad. Like one person with one heart. And that is the biggest blessing anybody can give us in the world. It's the essential thing that we need to realize about ourselves. It's the inevitable thing that we need to realize about ourselves and then act on that and live that out in our daily lives. Now again, unfortunately, it took place through a tragedy of these three sweet, beautiful boys and their lives being taken. And of course, we wish this never happened. Right? But what we're seeing is this curse turning into an incredible blessing, and I believe it's only going to get stronger and stronger over the next few days, the next few weeks, and into the future. That Am Yisrael, we're realizing who we are, where we are, our place in the world. And again, that's the biggest blessing. To connect this to the Chodesh that we're in this past week, last Yom Rishon, we began the Chodesh of Tammuz. And we learn from Kabbalah that every single month has its own permutation of Hashem's holiest name, the Yud Kei Vav Kei. And every month has its own order of those four letters of Hashem's name. And this month, the permutation of God's name is Hey and Vav and Hey and Yud, which is exactly God's name in reverse. Essentially, it's the reflection of God's name. And so what I'm thinking, with what we just shared, and with Chodesh Tammuz and this permutation of God's name, is that everything in the world is a reflection of God. This month, this Chodesh of Tammuz is coming to teach us, is here to teach us, that we have the ability to see how everything in the world is really from Hashem. Everything that happens in the world is God speaking to us. That everything is a reflection of God. It might seem bad, it might seem good, it might seem positive, negative, what we want, what we don't want, but everything is coming from the same place. And one day in the future, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll be able to really have the eyes to understand and to see how it's all the Tovah, that it's all for the good. But even right now, in the world before that world, we can use our eyes to open them up, even a little bit more, to try to understand the master plan, to try to understand what's going on in this world, and how everything that happens is a reflection of God, is to bring Am Yisrael closer, is to strengthen us, is to bring us forward on our path and on our mission to fulfill what we're really here in this world to do. Right? Chodesh Tammuz is also the fixing of the eyes. Right? Coming up soon is the Shiva Asat B'Tammuz, right? The 17th day of Tammuz, the fast day, the day that the spies, that's on Tisha B'Av, but the idea of the fixing of the eyes, right? The fixing of the eyes. Of what we see, of how we see, of what we perceive and how we perceive things in the world, right? And this month, with this ability, this added ability to fix our eyes, to fix our sight, to fix our perception, we could better see, we can use that koach that's in the world to better see things in the world for how they truly are, the truth behind the truth behind the truth. What's underneath the surface and behind all the screens and behind all the separations, to really perceive and to understand what's going on in this world. And again, we all miss Naftali and Gilad and Eyal so much. And we wish they never left us. They were so young, such young souls. But on some level, we can also recognize the incredible bracha, the incredible blessing that's coming to Am Yisrael through them, right? And through this very difficult time. So I want to bless you and I want to bless me. We should really be able to tap what's going on in the world right now. I turn these hardships to joy, turn these curses to blessings. And the best way to fight our enemy is to show them that we're only getting stronger. We're only getting stronger. Your kavanah, your intention is to harm us, we're only getting stronger. I'm going to continue like that until the entire world is only good, until all the evil is eradicated from this world. And we finally can see around this world and finally and truly understand how everything is a reflection of God in this world. I want to bless you and bless me with a beautiful Shabbat, the eyes of Shabbat. Consolation, nachama to the families who are sitting in mourning. And we bless you and we bless all of Am Yisrael to go forward with love and with strength. Shabbat Shalom from Eretz Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom.